Welcome guys to another Elite Crazyhouse arena, number 51 already. And after last week's 1 plus 1, we are back again to a more suitable time control for me, which is 3 plus 2. So we'll see how we do. Thanks Pathadine, welcome. I'll do my best. We'll have a tough one to begin with, rapid variance. Let's play knight f6 d5. And this guy is, as usual, very well prepared, it seems. What to play here? Let's go pawn at g4 and see what happens. Expecting something like knight here or knight here. Yes, okay, he attacked c7. Seems logical. Okay, let's go queen d8. He can go d5 maybe. Okay, he decides to go more active at this pawn. And then maybe some d5 and trouble at e6 is coming. So already very sharp position here. And maybe already bad for black, but it's very important I don't make a huge blunder here. Otherwise just will be over in one move. Okay, I think I have to take it, otherwise the queen is hanging, the queen can't really move because of knight takes c7 here. So I have to take it and I have to deal with stuff like bishop c4, d5. Everything he will throw at me now. But I'm thinking about maybe bishop b4 in between and then just taking. Bishop b4 seems good anyway. Open up the rook, maybe king f8. I don't know if I should survive this, but oh well. Maybe I have queen f6 now, and then just bishop takes e6, and then rook e8 or something. Might be enough. Let's go queen. Let's go queen f6, because one of the ideas is also taking here, and then queen takes c4 might be cleaning up a bit. Have to watch out for a move like this. Yes, he plays them as I as I spot them. But now maybe I can just ignore what's happening altogether and play an attacking move. Maybe knight at h4. I think I like knight at h4. Knight here, maybe, not sure, but king f8 seems also fine as well. Okay, he takes g4, and if now knight g5, he wants to take h4 obviously. Wow, this is tough. Off to a good start already. Okay, let's go with the initial instinct, which was knight at e5, and if knight g5, I was thinking about taking. Because if he takes with the queen, I can win the queen back with the knight on f3 trick, and if he takes with the bishop, I think I can take his queen because this square is covered. But that will be hanging on by a thread there. So he's probably figuring out if knight at g5 is indeed a good move, or if he has to find something else. Yeah, I'm committed to taking. Let's keep this knight. Putting the queen here for a bit of safety. But he has so many pawns he can use. And my king is still not safe here. Probably just take. Yeah, this is resignable. Well played by Rapid Variance. Okay. Pawn g4, maybe not the best move there in the opening. I just didn't remember or even just basically know what to do there in the position. Alright, KJJL, my over the board teammate. I'm just trying to play some quick moves here. Ask the queen where to go, put a knight here, maybe look at g7. You mean the Crazyhouse World? You mean the Crazyhouse Olympiad Pattadine? I don't know when that will start actually. I've seen some questions about it on the forum thread, but no answers just yet. I'm looking to go like this, and he covers. So maybe c4. It's a bit aggressive, but I think I can get away with it because this is a fine structure, and his knight is waiting to be harassed here. And maybe, yeah, this pawn on e4 is just a liability. And if I want, I can switch gears with knight takes g6 and bishop at e5, for example, and try something else. Okay, maybe he wants to go like this, but that's fine. Okay, he wants knight f5 anyway, and take on d4, I guess. Now I'm checking if I can get away with e3. Alright, I'll just take e4. That seems fine. And then I can get in on g6. And if I take with this knight, he has to take with the h-pawn, otherwise knight takes e6 is a bit annoying maybe. Oh, he wants a queen trade now. Okay, I'll take this knight. Yeah, I have to take back. And now he has to figure out which one to take here. And I thought maybe this would run in some knight at e7 tricks. And then just take here with the bishop. Maybe I should take with the bishop first and then knight at e7. Slightly more accurate probably. Because otherwise you can take on f4 in between. Okay, probably king f7, yes. And now that the king's out, this is looking very good for white, I think. Maybe queen at d7 is the move here. Threatening knight f5, queen takes e6. I don't think he has any mate. My king is a bit in the open here. Only a knight and a few pawns covering, but I don't see anything for him. Just going. This is a mate in 3 threat, I think. As well as knight f5 being very strong, because then the queen is also looking at g7. So bishop takes f4 to get away that threat. Should run into knight f5. Maybe knight d5 is even more precise. Ah no, then I should go to f5 to keep this option open. And now take g7 and take f4 with check, or just mate. Okay. Yeah, it was a good choice by him to counter me at d4 there, I think, and not try to hang on that pawn, or to that pawn I should say. But even then, I think he made a misjudgment there in how to trade down, and the queen trade favors me, I think. Alright, let's see who we have playing here. Rapid Variance, PKNM, Bearded Rainbow. Haven't seen him for a while. Not many of the usual players just yet. But that's good. It's good to see a change of phases. And some players haven't even started yet. Alright, nice. We'll see how we do. Last time when it was 3+2 I did very well, so hoping to catch on again and get that good form going. Let's try to get a berserk in. Alright, he's playing this knight c6, bishop e7 is designed so that f6 won't be early arrest, and now just knight f6, and it's just a slight preference in move order for black. I don't really know all the nuances there, but I guess my opponent chose to go for it. Hey, hashtag bad. Yes, I'm doing good. I just received an email that my last paper was for this year was graded sufficiently, so no more university obligations for me until August, which is nice. So time to play chess. If he takes the queen here, I can take this one and knight at a5. It's not mate yet, but it's a good attack, and then even afterwards I can take the knight back with the rook. You're doing fine yourself, hashtag bad. I hope. Good to see you watching anyway. Let's take with, I'm taking with this rook because otherwise pawn e2 would have forked the rooks. And not that that was a big issue or something, but okay, let's take here. He can't take with the pawn because it was pinned, of course, to the rook. And now I'm threatening knight at f6, pawn at c6. So lots of threats for him to deal with, and this bishop, and actually these bishops, they seem like they are only attacking, but they're also doing very good job defending all the pawns around my king. So any knight at h3 cheeky attempt should never work with this great defensive work. But okay, he has a rook and knight around his king, and maybe he can put some more pieces around his king to get him safe. But it's looking rough for black. Even just a slow move like takes d6, for example, is already, because then knights on the either of these squares opens up. So yeah, I think he's trying to figure out something here, but there's just so many possibilities for white to put in pieces on the board with check. And my threats are just knight at f6, knight at e5, even pawn at e6, takes queen at f7, knight at f6. So I think there are too many threats here for black to deal with. And it's also shown by the time consumment of my opponent. He's thinking for over a minute and a half already on this position. Okay, he finds a move. I have to play a bit quick because I don't have any increment. Queen at e7, picking up the rook. Okay, so he has to take, and now queen at f6. Watch out for king h5, letting him escape. All right. Yeah, there's just too many threats there. Bishop takes c5, sacrificing the queen was a nice find there, and even if he did not take the queen, it was bishop takes b7 was coming, or bishop takes a7 there. So his king was just it was guarded by some pieces, but they were just not guarding the right squares. Hi Ominous. Welcome. Not feeling like playing yourself today? Bishop b7 is kind of a bad line I like to play against this bishop, this sort of London setup, I guess you could say, because it gets a really nice scope. Ah, okay. Well, I hope you enjoy it. Okay, d5. That's a good idea. He's trying to close off my bishop. And now I have to decide if I want to take and trade a bunch of stuff or go e5. And in this situation I like to go e5 because his pawn is not on e4, so bishop moves back and I can go e4 even. And now knight d2 or knight d4, and my knight gets in on e5. His knight might go to f5. So we're just dancing a bit with the pieces for now. And now he might trade this knight and go knight takes g7. So I have to deal with, or at least figure out what I'm gonna do. I think I'll go bishop c8. If he takes here, I'll take here first. Because if I take back knight at c6, forks this. Okay. With the queen, probably bishop at d4 is a good move. And now I just move back and bishop at h2 seems like a safe move, and then I'll just guard the pawn with either bishop at d6 or knight at g6. And then I can start thinking about using this bishop. This diagonal is clearly blocked off for me with these pawns, so therefore moving the bishop to this diagonal. Okay, let's just play solid first. Not allow any counterplay on e5, and then think about bishop takes h3 stuff, pawn at f3, pawn at d3. Can even play knight at f5 first or knight at g5. But I think taking now already is very strong. Followed by pawn at f3. Then he has to take, probably. And if he doesn't take, his bishop is trapped, actually. So I just win the piece back immediately. And if he does take, he gets a couple of pawns, but I get knight g5 in, and well, it's just a good position for black. Okay, that's a good find, I think. I did not spot that. If I take it, he'll take the bishop, and then he'll try to get some safety. If I take here first, he'll take my knight, obviously. Okay, let's allow this and go knight g5 and maybe e4. I think it's a nice solution for him. Well spotted. Okay, go e4. Try to break up this king side somehow. Now thinking about taking on g3 first, as well as which piece to use. Let's take with the queen, actually, because I like knight takes h3 in some cases. For example, if he takes here, I think knight takes h3 is nice. Yeah, so okay, he guards it with pawn at f3. That seems logical. And now I might be able to sacrifice the queen here, but bishop takes. Looks very interesting. Let's just try it. It's early days in the tournament. If it doesn't work, well, we'll have plenty of time to play correct games afterwards. And one of the ideas is to take on f2 and pawn at h2. So he even believes me. Okay, now that e2 in between seems very logical. Taking the option of going here, as well as maybe taking on g3 in some variations. Now I don't think it works, so I'll just take the rook. He can take here, of course. I have to watch my time. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Now I'm threatening to take his queen and then maybe some knight takes f3 tricks afterwards. I think I have to go to here, to h7, not allow any business on. Maybe I should have taken that, but we'll see how he plays it. Okay, at least the bishop is now removed from that diagonal. And he has no diagonal pieces in hand anymore. So I'm just trying to pile up on g3, as well as guarding f6 and other entry squares for him. I walked into knight at g5. That's very careless. He misses it. Okay, that's fortunate. The game is still continuing, of course. But that was a blunder by me. Okay, now I should be able to finish this. He can try to sector for some material, but I have just too much here. Okay. Maybe knight at g5, even king h6. I could have played king h6 and take the knight, but I guess it's made for white there, so got lucky there. But apart from that move, it was a good game. Yeah, thanks. Alright, after the first loss against Rapid Variants, we are now on third place. Rapid Variants won all his games, as well as Emily playing. Good Russian player, I believe. And this is what happens in this arena. Already in half hour in and just 4 games. And all games, most of these games take they go all the way, because it's just that good of a level here. Yes, Emily is playing very well. Alright, Ray Kostrov. Let's see. Let's try this d5 again. And just knight e4. I want to go bishop g4. Don't know if it's the best move, but why not? Try it. Usually in these types of structures, yeah, with d4, even h5 is also a useful move. And now, if he probably will never take that pawn. Okay, let's go rook b8 because some pawn at a6 and knight at a5 ideas usually get me in these positions. Yeah, probably he is a bit underrated. He's improved a lot last year, so not to underestimate him. Okay. Thing is that this is not really attractive. Could have also gone queen h4 maybe. Maybe that was slightly better. But now he only has one bishop in hand, as you can see, and pawn at f3 will just be very annoying. And hard to deal with, actually. Okay, and now we're getting queen h4. Because any business here will not work, because the bishop is covering c5, so I'm not worried to leave my king a bit in the open here. Now queen takes h3 is threatened, so he has to defend it, of course. Oh, that's a slip. I did not notice I had it I had it selected. Wow. Okay, well. Luckily I have queen at f3. At least giving me some counterplay. But that's a bad slip. But now knight he has to go knight takes each. Maybe I can take here. Maybe I can go knight at g4. Let's go. Let's take first. Probably bishop f1 is necessary already, and then knight at g4. I still have a very promising position. Okay, he's saying you can take my knight now. And then he will go knight takes f7. Take, of course. And then what next? I guess something like a rook at g4 maybe good. Maybe just queen g4. I feel like this is a crucial position to find a good move here. Okay, let's go queen f5. Still threatening to take the knight, guarding f7, giving myself a bit of safety. You can go takes, and then knight at e3. That's what I'm expecting. Okay, he goes knight e3 immediately. And I'll try to consolidate a bit. I think I'm still safe here on d7. Any d5 breaks don't seem to work. this square is covered if he takes like this. So I don't know about this move. It just gives me an extra pawn to play with. And these light squares are still very weakened. Okay, he's sacrificing material for another pawn, I guess. Okay, let's take this knight. Then the rook is en prise. Yeah, this should be fine. Knight at g5 still takes. And now as well there will be a rook at the back rank, maybe on e1, maybe even on b1, just to be able to take that. I have to watch out for promote to knight and queen at e7, since this is still pinned. But now he has to use a blocker that's useful for me. And rook takes b5 is always a resource, because if he then takes, then the knight is no longer pinned and the rook is covering c5. So let's just go for that. Taking with this rook so that the king can maybe walk to a8 if necessary. Okay, now I have to sacrifice, I think. Maybe it worked before, but this looks good for me. I just have to find precise moves. Okay, rook at g4. Yes, that's it. King can't walk this side. He has to go to h3. And then bishop at g2 is made. Alright, so the queen slip turned out to not ruin that game for me. The initiative was already very compelling, I guess. Alright, Emily playing. Let's go knight c3 and knight h4. a6 is a useful move here because knight b5 trade usually favors white. Let's go a3 and see what he wants to do. Okay, he wants to slow play it as well. I guess he wants to go knight f5. Of course I don't allow any tricks here. So just repeating. And now knight at h4. And this after 12 moves we have both developed here, and we are both very solid, but that also means that we both have problems attacking the other player. So there's no easy way in here. But alright, let's go aggressive. Let's not prolong this. Because the idea is that I have control over f5, so the normal defensive move knight f5 is not really an option, because I just trade, and he has no diagonal pieces. So what I'm trying to do is get in on g7, and then you make use of this. This weakness is on the dark squares. And maybe it's not objectively sacrificing the knight on d5 there is not the way to go, but in a practical game like this it feels like a good choice. If he takes like this, I probably have bishop at e6 and taking on d5. So yes, I think taking with the h pawn is best. And now I'll take the rook. Okay, and some exchanges have taken place. And I have to make something of this position soon because, well, I've sacrificed some material. All right, let's keep the aggression going. Going for this pawn on d5. If he takes it, I'll play d5 and try to shift my aggression to the light squares. And if he, for example, if he defends with pawn at e6, then I'll trade, and then I'll have an extra pawn in hand, and this pawn on c2 is gone, and his position is the same. So basically, then I would have removed this pawn to my bank, which I think is good for me. Okay, he wants to take on d4. If I take the pawn. But, okay, I have a little trick. If he takes my queen, rook at h8 is mate. And now I'll be able to take his knight. Maybe even bishop takes d5, because queen takes g6 is such a threat then. Or pawn at e6 is even a bit more forcing the issue. Okay, let's go pawn at e6. Because I think either way he will try to defend it with bishop at f5, but in this position then my bishop won't be won't be guarding h3. Pawn at e6, maybe I can take like this. And for example, if he takes like this, I can probably take here, even can take twice, and bishop at c4. After all that trades will win the queen. So that's something to look out for. I can also play knight at f4 first, attacking all these important squares. And as soon as he tries to run like this, I can maybe sacrifice the queen for the bishop. So for example, king here, I'll take. Okay, pawn at g5. If he takes, knight at f7 wins the queen, at least. So, yeah, I don't see an obvious mate just yet, but it's looking good for me. Gotta watch my time though. Let's just go for this. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I didn't see a clear mate there. Maybe the queen sacrifice isn't necessary, but okay. We have to go with it now. His dark squares are sufficiently covered, so therefore I'm going for this. That just gave him bishop takes f6, yes. He's holding on. I have to try to create something out of nothing, basically. But we'll see. Bishop e4, for example. Yeah, that deals with it. Let's play this in between and then take back the bishop. Now bishop at h7. Yeah, and the time pressure got to him. Okay. Happy to take that one. It went just back and forward in that attack, and I feel like I missed something there. Maybe I didn't, but after that bishop at e5 trick, winning the knight and winning some material, I think I was just better. He played very good in the opening, but he missed that trick, and then I took over, but then my attack didn't result in a mate, and he probably should have won that in the end, but it was still very hard defending with the clock ticking down on you. And then you have that feeling that you have to make a move, but you don't. When you make one, you think, well, that's a bad one, and then your time is already up. Alright, rapid variance again. I think I misplayed the move order here. But the right one, the plus side on that move order is that he doesn't know what the stockfish move is here, to put it like that, so maybe that's a good thing. And bishop at h5 is of course aimed to prevent knight e5. So let's see. Bishop takes f3 is possible, but then just the queen comes out. Bishop g6 will probably see knight e5. I can also just develop, maybe, because I have queen a5, something like this. Let's go for that. Oh, I missed knight d2. Lol. That's so easy. Oh, okay, he doesn't spot it as well. Knight d2 is just... Then I would have resigned, probably. I would expect rapid variance to see knight d2. He's also... he doesn't play chess, I think, on this account, but... He's also... I believe he is an international master. Not entirely sure, but... Okay. Maybe we get lucky. Okay, knight f6. He has many diagonals he can use. Pawn here, pawn here. Yeah, I'm struggling against him. Knight e5 now, probably. It's looking strong. Because he wants a knight for c7. And knight e5, if I take it, then he can take the queen. Okay, let's go knight h4. Try to get some counterplay. I want to go knight at d3 after this move, but I don't know about this. It's a last desperado. And maybe he'll make a mistake here, but it's not looking good for me. Okay, he's even found this forced mate, I guess. Or maybe he thought this was forced mate and he overextended. But that bishop at d6, king b7. And knight takes d7 should be sufficient. Because knight c5 is just huge. Knight c5 is unstoppable, I think. If I block here, even knight c5. Right, let's put the queen on the board first. And I allowed a cute mate. Okay, well played. Yeah. Rapid variance probably immediately after the move noticed that he also missed knight e2, but he played it very well. I struggle against him. And he is on a good rating, so probably also has in a good form. Alright. Lost the streak, so let's try to get it back. Starting with a berserk. Against Glaucon. Don't know this player, a German player. Okay, looking to take an early pawn here. And follow up with pawn at h6. This pawn is still on e6, so no business here. Rook a7. Knight c5 was double check. And then king b6. Yeah, maybe it would have worked, but I think knight c5 and then the other c3 knight to a5 would have won on the spot. Okay, I forgot to focus on the clock in this game. So let's pick it up. If he takes the rook, knight at f6 is winning. If you take queen at h6 and a bunch of pawns here, and if you don't take queen at h7, sorry, and then queen h5 back. Ah yeah, might have worked. I just didn't see it. Maybe it was possible. Okay, this queen h7 is just forcing the issue. Yeah, probably if he sacrifices his queen there, that it will always be mate. All right, let's go d4 against. As you can see, we have played a lot against each other. He has bested me, I think 9 times in a row is that. Let's go knight b5 this game, switch it up a bit, take this. Maybe go crazy on d6. h3. Let's go c3, not allow anything like this. Knight takes d4. If bishop takes f3, then I want to take back with the pawn. And that is not possible if c3 is not played. Maybe take. Don't know about it. I think I cannot go for that. I think I have to go bishop at d4 and see if he wants to sack all on my king side. And the reason I went bishop d4 is that bishop takes g7 would then be a problem for him. Okay, let's see. Bishop at c5 maybe. Let's go bishop at c5. I don't think this is good because then knight at f3 is very strong. I have to take that and then he has a pawn on f3. And also these two pieces looking at my king, so. And now I'm attacking his queen. And he still could go for pawn on f3. But it will be risky to just give up the queen here. These entry squares are a bit vulnerable. For example, pawn at f6, knight at h5, pawn at h6 is a possibility, and I do have these pieces in hand. And then in combination with a queen, that will be nice, I guess. Okay, bishop takes e7. First thought here. But I guess pawn at h6 is fine as well. Because then knight at f6 mates if he takes my queen. It doesn't mate entirely. But alright, I get a very strong attack, so let's go for it. If he takes my queen, I go knight at f6 first and then take back the bishop. And he also has to calculate stuff with bishop takes e7 in between move. So it's not so easy for him to figure out if he can take the queen. And if I was black here, I would think, well, probably I can't take the queen here. And then burn a lot of time trying to figure out, trying to make it work and then take it and lose, or lose on time. So that's kind of what I'm hoping here. Okay. That's basically saying I could not take the queen. But now I can just take the bishop. And maybe even take the pawn. Yeah, let's go for that. Take this knight next. Because you can go bishop at e4, surely, but I can just take the knight. And now bishop at e4 and just retreat. And this is still a threat in the future. I can still take this. Right, I guess I'll back off a bit. Let's see where to where. I think just to e2 is fine. Because if he allows it, I will play f3, and if he plays pawn at f3, the bishop is no longer looking at h1. So then actually the pawn on f3 will give me more safety than the bishop on e4. Okay, he took. Let's take the material. I kind of want to go nuts, but probably shouldn't. Let's just go knight at h5. Knight f3 I can take and go pawn at f6. And then knight at d7, and then I have an entry square for the queen. Probably is necessary. Panicked a bit there in time trouble. But now I can make some quick moves while keeping an attack going. And I've gained some time on the clock now, so now I can find the proper defense against this. But now I have mates. Alright. That was a very long game again, and in the end there I got a bit startled by the clock that was already down to 5 seconds and made a few bad moves, but the position was good enough for me still. It's just those dark squares, f6, h6 around this king were the theme in that game. Alright, Mari Horton. 7 games played, 7 games won. Strong performance. Alright, Fumitox late joined. Good to see him play again. Haven't seen him that much in the Elite Arena last few weeks. And Rapid Variance, Emily playing, also still very strong. Seems like we for the top 4 here for the first hour. Right, last Z1 again. Let's try to get some berserking in. Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think this should not work, but let's go for it anyway. The idea is to go knight at g4, or if he goes like this, to take this and go bishop at h4 and win the knight back. And then I have 3 minor or 2 knights in hand, and relatively safe king. The bishop can come out quickly. He's probably figuring out if he can take it at all due to some sort of mating threat, but it's just bishop at h4. That's the idea. Oh, not pre-move. Instead, if he plays queen at that would have been a bad pre-move. Let's go bishop e6. If he takes, I'll open up the f-file. And now this bishop is doing a nice job of covering f7. And next I'll probably go bishop at b6 or bishop at c5 probably. Yes, let's go bishop at c5. Because there's no good blocker. And these bishops are just very strong here. I think knight at g1 should be good here. I could take the rook. I will take the rook, because then this bishop is guarding f2 still, and now knight at d3, knight at d4 I mean, is a strong threat. So yes, he covers. I have to watch my time as well here. Let's go knight h5, trying to lure away the defender of f2. Bishop g4, he has to use a knight as for blocker, which is not ideal. I have to move quickly here. I'm not finding the best moves. Maybe this is a better pre-move. Got a bit carried away around the clock, so I have to really focus. Yes, okay, it proved to be a good pre-move. Because now I have him, I think. He can check me though. That will be annoying. Ah! I'm messing this up badly. He got me on the clock. Well played. I tried to gain some extra point there by berserking, but he got me on the clock there. Alright, Juanet is coming, yes, okay. Okay, let's berserk against Fumito. Also always berserk back. Yes, true. I missed the mate there, but I panicked a bit. This is a nice line. If Queen e2, then you get good play with knight at d4, and now you also get some annoying moves in. But Fumitox is playing this good. Well, let's go d6, and if bishop b5, just king d8, I guess. I have to get my queen out of the way for bishop e7. Let's go pawn d4, expecting bishop g5, and then just bishop e7. Trade a few, but now his dark squares are weak. That queen sacrifice maybe is overdoing it a bit. But okay, getting some nice play here. And it seems like I'm safe. And now I have to speed up. Can't take d2 because of knight g4. Forgot that he had a queen in hand there. That's unfortunate. Now he's probably winning. Yeah, game over. Rook takes h6. Was a surprise there. Okay, Mario Arton and Rapid Variant still on a good streak. But okay, when I'm not playing on the streak, then if you lose a quick game, it doesn't matter that much towards your standing, as long as you don't get this situation too often there. Yeah, he said he was not at home, so probably not near streaming devices. It's a good learning opportunity to play in this tournament. All right, let's try to get back on track. I should have taken that. That's a good line for for white, but right. What do I want to do here? Let's go bishop b5. Yeah, I've allowed a good system for black here. He will get easy play. Let's go queen d2, because I expect him to trade and then put the bishop back on g5. Don't want to open the h file here. And he is afraid of knight takes g5 now. That's good. Let's move this knight, maybe move f3 or f4. Because then this bishop can move, and this rook is now doing a better job. This queen is defending some squares. So I've freed up a bit here. Okay, even more positional moves. Okay, now I have to watch out a bit for knight c4. But maybe I can play for a trick or something. Let's go bishop a4. If b5, I'll just take. And if c6, well, probably just bishop b3. Okay, let's go in. Maybe sack for another pawn, get pawn at c7 in, take here, or pawn to e7, and then I'll get some pieces back. Right, I'll take that. I think knight at c7 is good here. Because f2 is guarded very good. Let's take with the knight. Keep an eye on g2, not allow any bishop take. Okay, let's harass first. Bishop at c5, pinning the queen. If block, I'll take, and okay, this should be winning, I think. Let me see how. Yes, knight at f6, and then queen at f8 and rook at g7. Yeah, I felt like that there was an easier mate than just trading on h8, because then he could block maybe. But okay, knight at f6, nice clearance. Yeah, and the late joiners Fumitox and Juanet are coming indeed. So a bit more crowded at the top. And there we have Juanet. Let's go a6 and then d5. It was featured in one of the 1-0 Crazyhouse matches, and Opperwezen like to play this. He admitted that it's not the best, and probably should not win, of course, but it's a nice get away from all the theory, and it has also the function of not allowing bishop b5 stuff. Okay, I've managed to get myself in a position where Juanet likes his chances. And when Juanet sees the opportunity of such a piece sacrifice, he usually takes it. But okay, this knight probably won't be developed at all in this game, but he also has some problems. He's just a piece down. I think if I go h5 here, because pawn at h6 is a bit annoying, and now I have two pieces covering, and h5 also helps with knight g4 maybe. Okay, let's sack the knights. I was thinking about bishop takes h2 maybe, but then pawn at e7 stuff always is very annoying. h4, maybe h3. He could go e7 at some stage, but then I can take and go king takes f7, I think. Okay, now pawn at g4, because this bishop is still covering. So if the queen sacrifices, I think I can take with the knight. And if he goes e7, knight e6, I have the opportunity to run to h7. Okay, so f4, blocking off this bishop. But I'll take some hits at his king. Try to push the pawns forward. And knight e4 maybe. That seems like a good solution to my problems. Because then I can take here. I have to watch out for e7 then, because then the f-pawn might be guarded. Okay, in this case it isn't. Maybe I can figure out a way to take it with check even. I just gave up. Maybe then just knight e4 back. Let's go for it. e7 still just take, and then take f7. And now I'm threatening knight takes here, as well as maybe bringing the queen in. Very sharp game, this. Maybe I should go bishop at g4 at some stage to give some extra defense. But for now I think I should try to keep attacking. The idea is to go takes and repeat with the bishop here on g2. Okay, bishop h5. Not allowing the f file to get open, as well as preserving the defense on f7. Now he has to take with this rook, or he'll lose the queen. And queen g5 is as well maybe good here, but don't know for sure. Let's see, does he have anything? I don't think so. Oh, that's a blunder. Should not do that. That would allow knight at g6, mate in 1. So now just trying to go here. And rook at g1. If bishop at h1, rook at g1, king e2, take, queen takes, rook at d2. Not made just yet. But then queen g5. Looking very sharp. Let's just put the rook on the board first. Seems like a useful move. Take this one as well. Knight g3, I guess. Watch out for knight at g6. But I could try just simply taking here. Let's go for it. If he takes my rook, the queen gets in with check, so I'm banking on that to be good enough. And I could also take this one with check even. And knight at g6 I'll just take, or I have to take, and try to find a mate here. Let's start here. King e2 kind of forced, and now if he moves to the back rank I can promote. Okay, I made him use all the pieces. So now rook at d8 now. Now I can just move back. And bishop at f2. There we go. Okay. Happy to take that one. Good game. Managed to defend against all his threats there in the opening, and then took over rather strongly. Yeah, happy with my play in this one. Okay, Rapid Variance taking over on Mario Arton. Was still winning all his games, but probably knowing his style, he will have very long, dragged out games. It's not uncommon for him to play a 60-move game. Okay, let's try to berserk some more. Last half hour. Let's see if luck favors me. Blocking off the bishop on b7. Going e4 maybe. Okay, I'll be happy to trade queens here, I think. Just pawn g5. Queen d7 so that I can take f6. And d8 of course. Knight c6 is possible. then maybe just queen c7. Okay, it goes like this, then I'll try to keep attacking. Let's take the rook and take h6. Try to get in on the dark squares. He should be able to defend this. He has 2 queens. Don't think there's anything here concrete just yet, but maybe there will be. Okay, he decides against it. Let's start with pawn at g5 to give this one some coverage, and then maybe bishop at g7, and then I already have a pawn on g5. So if I went pawn on g7, he would have taken, and then bishop at g5 is kind of like the same thing, but now I give him more opportunities to mess up, basically. He should take this. That's kind of forced, even. Okay, let's go bishop at d4. Make it a bit awkward where to block. Let's go rook at e7. Keep the aggression on. Maybe I can take c7. And it also prevents him for putting a piece on e7, guarding f6. Okay, I should have calculated beforehand if knight takes d4. Bishop takes g2 is too much. Let's take the knight first, and then take here. And then we'll see how it ends. Knight takes e6 is big. I'll even be able to take this one back safely, because there are no knights coming here. Let's not overthink this. Doing it as I say that I shouldn't. Rook at g7, not satisfied with that one. Okay, that's a queen. Got him. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's tough when you play Juanet in well, what was it, 40 move games or something like that, and then switch to. And I really have to keep focusing on making a move every few seconds. I tried to trick you on it there in some pre-move trickery, but he stopped pre-moving in time there. Let's go nuts. Bishop at e6 now is a very big threat. He's probably figuring out if he could get away with rook at g1. And I don't know, maybe he could. Okay, queen f3 surely. And bishop d5. Can I take this? Let's just go for it. Knight at e1, take here. And this threat is just too big to ignore, I think. But he decides it's ignorable, if that's a word. Gotta move quick, of course. Ah, no, okay, messed up. Too slow. He got me. Okay, well done, Juan. I was figuring out a mate there, but that it should just have kept on moving. Mariarton still on a wonderful streak. Nice. Would be very strong if he managed to win all these games. Okay, he has not. Okay, not to say that he played bad, but he's only played Emily playing from the top 6 guys. But still, very consistent performance. Okay, again going for this h5 move. Maybe it was a bit too soon now, but alright. Because now e4 is hard to defend. Okay, let's counter-attack on d4. We'll try knight takes e4, knight f6. H5 is just a bit too greedy here in this when the bishop is not on f5. So mixed up my lines there a bit. Okay, he's even covering d4, but now I think maybe e3. This forced this piece sacrifice, which probably still is good for black, but least I'll have some possibilities maybe to get counterplay. Knight at f4 though seems strong. Okay, he goes with pawn at g4. Let's see. Let's take a while here to find the correct move, if it's still available. Okay, let's go queen h4. Threatening to take here, obviously, and maybe also here. But it also creates a square for my king, so it seemed to me most logical move. Yeah, queen g4 in some of these lines is very good. Probably rapid variance is much better here. But alright, he'll have to prove himself. Still planning on running. And one other idea is if he takes, then maybe pawn here. So yes, okay, this damn mouse. I meant to take with the rook, but my mouse slipped in queen takes. Because I was saying it was a good idea to break up the queen and the rook, but now still he has to figure out if he can take. Yes, he finds the correct way. Good finish. Unfortunate slip there. Okay, but the quick win for rapid variance makes that he plays Fumitox now, and that probably will be a very important battle for the victory. Because Moriarty is also still has a chance to win, but I think these three guys will decide who will take today's elite arena. Let's see if we can try to catch up. Okay, so far opening seems fine for me. This, or at least positional speaking, but in terms of berserking, this probably is not the greatest opening choice because it takes a lot of time to create something concrete here in these lines. Probably bishop at d4 is good here. Okay, it goes with that. Fine as well. Let's go pawn at d3, see what he wants to do. Because I want to go something like pawn at b4, take maybe. And then maybe some knight at e2 ideas. If bishop here, then probably just run. Okay. He really wants to preserve his material. Even like this. Okay. I guess it's all good, but I don't know why he wouldn't take the queen. Not looking good for me. So I'm just trying something. Yeah, probably knight at d7 is bad here. Or even this. I don't know, maybe bishop here. Because knight at e7, knight at e6 was crushing. But he's just torturing me to a slow death, I guess. Okay, but now he has to watch out for some tricks here. That might hurt. It's not mate, and he can just move to h1, but quick time. This guy is a fast player. He can flag me easily, if it's necessary. I think he has a good bullet rating as well. Yeah. Almost winning the queen. Knight d6. Yes. All right. Well played. By 10 euros, I think, or something like that. Well done. Fumitak berserking against rapid variance and winning, and he didn't berserk back. And also Mariarton lost his first game, so Fumitak's 100% berserk, I think. Yeah, that's just crazy. Looking to take this victory 6 point ahead and with the fire. Alright, flourish. And this may look familiar, but this is actually that's a 3-piece, I think. I was going to say this is the e4 e6 line, but then with colors reversed. So now the bishop was on f4 and h4 was coming, like I was saying with black. H should play h5. Okay, let's just calmly move back and preserve the extra piece. And now make use of it. I've developed at home, and he has put all his pieces on the board, so no immediate threats. Let's go knight f5. Maybe take e7 afterwards. And then f6. And then knight takes d5, and now his position is falling apart. I'm winning the queen or I'm getting in on h6. this should be made. Or at least close to. You can run to e6, but then d5 and d takes e6, double check. And if he takes here, then bishop g4 comes in. King g6, queen at h6, king e5, queen f5. Okay, after 3 losses in a row there, finally get back on the board. Let's see, even Rapid Variance is berserking now, trying to catch Fumitox. But I guess Fumitox is losing here against Mariorton, it seems. Okay, Emily playing. I don't want to berserk against this guy. Bit too strong for it. And probably won't berserk back, not sure, but okay, very chess-like, going for g4, g5, which is a good idea, I think. It does give this bishop even more scope, but okay, I guess with no castling and the rook being on g1, the bishop is not that threatening. Okay, let's take and go pawn at e4. Shut off any business here. Knight takes f7, pawn at g6 stuff, or would have been possible. And now bishop c4 could be a move. Looking towards this one, but then maybe just d5. Okay, he's deciding to give material. Let's take with the bishop first, because if he then trades another time, then pawn d2 is possible. Take once and play pawn at h2, because h7 is covered so far, and pawn at h2 is just designed to annoy him a bit, as well as getting the rook off the g file. Okay, knight at f5 I think is necessary here to be able to take this. And I think yeah, I don't know if I want to take this one or here. I think I'll go pawn at d2 first. If he takes with the queen, queen g4 is no longer possible. If he takes with the king, I take this bishop with check. So his other options are to move away, but then I might be able to use that in the future. For example, some knight takes e4 and bishop at g6 ideas. He could pick up the rook here and go rook at g4. Might be an option. But of course I could have taken the queen then as well. Let's go bishop at d2. Let's see where the king moves. Maybe it will create some opportunity to win his queen. And knight at g5 is possible to just guard everything. Okay. But he decides he wants to play it like this. The problem for white is though that even though my king is a bit open, these pieces are doing a good job defending. Alright, if knight's here, then he just moves away. So I think I have to take back. Let's take with the queen, guard h6, and keep this bishop guarding g5. So if rook at g4, I can just block. Let's block on g7, because f6 and h6 are still covered, like this. And it also gives some opportunity to look at c3 later on. Let's see. Let's go bishop g5. Kind of a crazy move. Want to lure the rook away from the defense of this file. As well as maybe going bishop takes e3 and queen at f2. I'll just take that, I guess. Then bishop d3. Let's just move aside. Because now the bishop is no longer pinned as well. If I went king takes h7, probably bishop at d3, defending e2 as well as pinning this knight is slightly annoying. And now bishop takes e3. e3 is still on. As well as bishop takes b2. Also a good possibility, I think. Let's go with bishop takes b2. Pawn at c3, queen at d2 looks very strong. With some knight takes e3, knight at g3 in the end. So yeah, I think he has to deal with this threat on c3. Maybe knight at e4 is something, but then he has to deal with knight at c4. So it's actually not so easy to find defensive resources here. Let's take with the pawn. I don't know if this is mate. Probably it is not. But this is good as well, I think. I walked into rook here. That's a bit careless, but I think I can just take it. I did not see that beforehand. I was just thinking about mating myself. Okay, now it's no longer possible. Okay, this should be enough. Bishop d2 and knight at e3. Okay, got him. Probably one more game, maybe. It won't be enough for... I probably won't finish in time, but maybe we'll get one last game in. And we'll have a very exciting finish, I think, with rapid variance and Fumitox. Rapid variance on 54 points and Fumitox on 53. Probably playing as fast as he can now. Trying to get a victory in before the timer stops. And let's actually watch that, because I can no longer play since the pairings are now closed. So let's get in this. Let's try to feel what Fumitox feels now. He has 46 seconds to get a win here. Rapid variance probably won't get another win in, as he just finished this game. So he feels like, okay, I need to win. Move. He's probably thinking, why don't you move, opponent? Why don't you move? But actually it's looking very bleak for him. And he's probably losing. Yeah, and time will be a factor here as well. The tournament clock. So I guess that will be it for rapid variance. Let's move back. Rapid variance taking this one. Congrats, rapid variance, on a very strong performance. That's good. Well played. Fumitox joined a bit too late, maybe. And Mario Arton also very strong with only one loss. well done, guys. And for me it was, well, not a. Let's see what my performance rating was. I think I don't know where to check that, but okay, I think I performed a bit lower than I should. But overall, I can't be unhappy with fourth place here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, 24.38. Yes, okay, that's a bit lower. Thank you, Dachi. Click your name. Yeah, it should be in this file, right? But okay, well, it's not working, I guess, but that's fine. Let's see if there are some. No, not just. I think I'll just call it a night for today. And no, don't play anymore. Let me check if there are some events coming up in the calendar. Okay, tomorrow maybe. I think TBC means to be confirmed. We'll have Upper Ways and versus Blitzbullet in the 1-0 Crazyhouse World Championship. And actually tomorrow I am playing an OTB rapid tournament at a beach during the day. Looking forward to that, but that means I won't be able to watch that, or at least stream it. Maybe I will be able to watch it when I'm not playing in the tournament, or just in the breaks or something like that. So do check that one out. And then also to be confirmed, Thursday, little plot clean against Jan Lee, and this orange things you see here are the ZH Team League 5+5, so some slower Crazyhouse. Interesting matchups for sure. Gene Simmons versus Rapid Variants is a very rating-packed matchup. And next week we'll have another Elite Arena. So I'll hope to see you then at least, and I'm not as busy as I told you. University obligations are done for me, so probably will be able to stream it a bit more. Also not just tournaments, but some relaxing streams, stuff like that. And maybe I'll even try to set up my free chess stuff again, or chess.com, to get some bughouse in. But I'll get back to you on that one. Would be nice to see some bughouse on this channel as well, I think. But I'll try to schedule some. For now, thank you for watching, and have a very good weekend. Goodbye.